Just back from a round table. Perfect timing. I'll put you through. I have a confession. I'm not really at Lewis Kramer Total Magnus and How. I'm from Moneypenny, the answering service that gives your business a dedicated virtual receptionist. Someone who's part of your team. Someone who knows your schedule. Someone who just happens to not be in your office, though no one would ever know. Reimagine the way your office works with Moneypenny. Try us for free. Call 833-MY-PENNY or visit moneypenny.com.
Hi, I'm Dave. I'm a physician and a small business owner. It took years to get my clinic running the way I wanted. And over that time, I bundled up a lot of personal debt. With plans to expand my business over the next few months, I knew finding the right financing partner would be key. That's where Capitus came in. They listened to my situation and offered me solutions. Now, after moving my debt to a business loan, my expansion plans are right on track. They've helped thousands of small business owners like me. That's what they do at Capitus. They work to help you find the financing you need. So if you're like me and are trying to get your business from a $200,000 business to a $1 million business, a Capitus financing solution could be the right fit for you. Give Capitus a call at 800-240-6955 and speak with one of their financing specialists. That's 800-240-6955. 800-240-6955.
When you add Power Service Diesel Clean plus cetane boost to your tank, you engage Power Service. And when you're in Power Service, it's as if everything runs smoother. You hit every green light while going through town. Your kids stop asking for money. And that normally inattentive waitress refills your sweet tea 3 times without you ever asking. You know what else runs smoother while in Power Service? Your diesel engine. Because Power Service Diesel Clean plus cetane boost cleans injectors, removes deposits, and boosts cetane to restore lost power and fuel economy. And it's the injector cleaner endorsed by Cummins. So remember Power Service Diesel Clean plus cetane boost every time you fill up. And get into Power Service. Visit powerservice.com.
Jesse Valencia's autopsy provided a lot of information. Based on rigor mortis and insect activity, the medical examiner estimated Jesse was killed sometime before dawn. The murder weapon was a serrated knife that cut the arteries in his neck.
There was something unique to the blade. We were very fortunate we were able to see some of those features. For example, there was an interrupted parallel pattern that to me suggested there was something serrated about the blade.
The autopsy revealed no defensive wounds, which is unusual in a knife attack.
Usually, if someone sees someone coming at them with a knife, the hands will go up. As your attacker is slashing with the knife, you're putting your hands up, you find characteristic defense wounds for the hands. There were no wounds whatsoever to the hands.
And the medical examiner found out why.
So on the surface of the windpipe, he had areas of hemorrhage that we see also when somebody is deprived of oxygen or in strangulation type deaths.
She also said she found petechiae hemorrhaging in the eyes, which is consistent with somebody being choked or somebody having compression put to their neck.
This meant that Jesse was unconscious before he was killed. DNA testing at the condom found in Jesse's apartment showed it contained biological material from 2 different people. One was Jesse. The other was obviously Jesse's sexual partner, an individual police wanted to identify. Jesse's cell phone record showed he had a number of conversations with a fellow student, Ed McDevitt, on the night he was killed.
The cell phone records of both Jesse Valencia and Ed McDevitt confirmed Ed McDevitt had a phone call about 3:13 a.m. So obviously Ed McDevitt becomes one of the potential suspects.
McDevitt admitted the 2 had been lovers and said the last time he was intimate with Jesse was 2 nights before the murder. DNA testing confirmed that McDevitt's DNA matched the biological evidence on the condom in Jesse's apartment.
So obviously at that point, McDevitt can't be ruled out as a suspect.
McDevitt insisted he didn't kill Jesse and claimed he was at home with his roommate at the time of the murder. The roommate corroborated McDevitt's claim. But evidence under Jesse's fingernails undercut that alibi.
As I started examining the shavings and clippings, I noticed that 2 fingernails appeared to have some reddish blackish stains on them.
These cells were subjected to DNA testing. The results were surprising.
I noticed that the profile from the right hand was characteristic of a mixture of possibly 3 individuals.
The first source was Jesse himself, which was expected. The second was from Ed McDevitt. He claimed this DNA, like the condom, resulted from their sexual encounter 2 nights before the murder.
Maybe this DNA was from just not washing his hands as often as he should have.
To solve the case, investigators would need to identify the source of the third DNA sample. One of Jesse's friends, Andy Schermerhorn, had information that would help.
Their relationship was a little unusual for mid-America to understand. They were friends who would sometimes have sex. They had known each other for several months and they'd had sex about 5 times, but Andy was quick to tell me we weren't boyfriends.
Andy said he was in Jesse's apartment several months earlier and witnessed a bizarre incident.
They were actually engaged in sexual activity in Jesse's bed, and a knock came to the door. Jesse got up and went to the door and opened it, and it was a police officer in uniform. The officer came with a flashlight. He shined the flashlight around the apartment, and then he said, keep doing what you're doing. And Andy Shermore said, I was standing up in bed naked, holding the sheet up. And Jesse said, no, he's cool, he's cool.
It was clear that Jesse knew the police officer and invited him to join them.
Then when it was over, he said, the officer got up real quickly, turned on the lamp, and said to Andy Shermore, this has got to remain a secret. The officer went to the door, and Jesse said to the officer, when will I see you again? And the officer made some comment, you'll see me when you see me, or something like that. It was clear to Andy Shermore that Jesse would never know when this officer would show up. The officer left.
Needless to say, investigators wanted to know the identity of this mysterious police officer. Was it possible he had information about the murder?
SiriusXM is the destination for the best of podcasts,
grasping the enormity of the universe,
including shows about science, investigate climate change, ecology, and human health on the planet we call home.
This is Living on Earth.
Discover unseeable forces and see your own life differently.
Invisibilia is a show about all the invisible things that shape human behavior.
We're all about words and the science within them.
Science fiction is the show for you.
Hear them all and many more on the SiriusXM app. Download it today and tap podcasts.
When your waiter talks mumbo jumbo about GameStop, you just know it ain't gonna end pretty. If the thought of playing roulette with flash-in-the-pan meme stocks has you a little freaked out, it's time you discovered the proof about my Money Press system. Hi, it's Preston James. You see, the Money Press cranks out consistent weekly income, lets you sleep like a baby, even during today's bloody volatility, and only takes 20 minutes per week in front of your computer to pull off. Check out the proof on my real brokerage account. Go to paycheckproof.com. That's paycheckproof.com. You'll be able to watch a 7-minute video detailing how it's done. You see, the Money Press uses the new weekly options and market forces already taking place to create your very own growth and income printing press. The proof is waiting for you now at paycheckproof.com. That's paycheckproof.com. There's no hype, no day trading, and no penny stock BS. See you at paycheckproof.com today.
Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past performance will be indicative of future results. Invest wisely.
I'm Carl Morton, Venture and the True Term Pro. My purpose in life is helping people regain and restore bodily movement and joint function. My friend lost his ability to use his back, which marked the beginning of my journey in developing the True Term Pro. The time spent in research and design produced a therapeutic performance-enhancing tool, which restored my friend's ability to once again enjoy playing good golf. If you're passionate about life and playing good golf, then I encourage you to visit TrueTermPro.com and use the promo code ITR.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Tax season. Opening that confirmation email and... What? Someone already filed my return? During tax season, all the info identity thieves need is on your tax forms.